Now, the difference between microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. Microsporogenesis is the process of formation of microspore. The process of formation of microspore from pollen mother cell or microspore mother cell through meiosis. So, microsporogenesis is formation of microspore from pollen mother cell through meiosis. Now, megasporogenesis is the process of formation of megaspore from megaspore mother cell through meiosis. Second difference is this microsporogenesis takes place inside the microsporangium of anther. Takes place inside the microsporangia of anther. Now, this megasporogenesis takes place in the nucellus of the ovule. Takes place in the nucellus of ovule. Now, the third difference is many microspore mother cells are differentiated. Many pollen mother cells or microspore mother cells are differentiated or formed. But in case of megasporogenesis, only one megaspore mother cell is differentiated. Only one megaspore mother cell is differentiated or formed. The fourth difference is in microsporogenesis, 4 pollen tetrad are formed. 4 pollen tetrad formed. In case of megasporogenesis, linear tetrad of megaspore is formed. Now, the fifth difference is all these 4 pollen tetrad are functional. All 4 are functional. But we already studied out of 4 linear tetrad, 3 will degenerate. 3 will degenerate. And 1 remains functional. And finally develops into embryo sac. And develops into embryo sac. This is the difference between microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. They may ask you this question for board examination for 3 marks or for 5 marks. We finished with male reproductive part of the flower and female reproductive part of the flower. At the end of the male reproductive part of the flower, we saw how pollen grain is formed. At the end of the female reproductive part, we saw how female gamete, that is egg, is formed. Now this is the third concept under pre-fertilization event, that is pollination. Now, what is pollination? Before that, the two gametes formed in the flowering plant, that is male and female gamete. Male gamete and female gamete. These are the two gametes produced. Now these both the gametes, these are non-motile. They are non-motile, and for fertilization, these two gametes need to be brought together. And they are brought together by a process called pollination. Together, and they are brought together by a process called pollination. So I hope you understood why pollination is required. Okay? Now what is pollination? Now pollination is transfer of pollen grain, that is male gamete, from anther to receptive stigma. Because stigma receives pollen grain. Transfer of pollen grain from anther to receptive stigma of same flower or different flower. Is called pollination. Again, what is pollination? PUC board 1 mark question. Now, this pollination is carried out by, facilitated by, carried out by many factors. Many factors like wind, water, insects, birds, animals, etc. Now, types of pollination. Majorly, there are two types of pollination. Now, one is known as autogamy, and the second one is known as allogamy. Now, autogamy is also called as self-pollination. And allogamy is also called as cross-pollination. Now, autogamy. What is autogamy or self-pollination? Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma. Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the same flower. Of same plant. This autogamy mainly takes place in bisexual flowers. Mainly takes place in bisexual flowers. Example, barley, wheat, etc. Now, what is this cross-pollination then? What do you need to remember? Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of same flower of same plant. But allogamy is transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of same plant or different flower of different plant. Different flower of different plant. This allogamy or cross-pollination mainly takes place in monoecious plants or mainly takes place in dioecious plant. Now, what is this monoecious and dioecious? Monoecious plant means same plant bears male flowers and female flowers differently. Male flower and female flowers are different but present on the same plant. But dioecious is male plant is different and female plant is different. Male plant bears male flowers, female plant bears female flowers. So I hope you understood. Now, if you see this diagrammatically, it's very easy to understand. Let's see autogamy. This is a plant. Now, plant, these are the flowers. These are the flowers produced by the plant. We all know a flower is made up of 4 whorls: calyx, corolla, androecium and gynoecium. All the flowers. Now in self-pollination what happens? Pollen grains from the anther, they get deposited on the stigma of the same flower. And the flower is of the same plant. So this is transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the same flower of the same plant. Now if you see allogamy diagrammatically, for example, if this is a plant and this is the flower, these are the flowers. We all know androecium, gynoecium, calyx, corolla. Calyx, corolla, androecium, gynoecium. Every flower is made up of 4 whorls. Now transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the different flowers. So what happens here is pollen grains of this flower, they are transferred on the stigma of another flower, but both the flowers produced on the same plant. So flower of same plant. Or here there is one more plant. This plant also bears flowers. Or pollen grain transferred from anther to stigma of different flower and both the flowers are born on the different plant. So this and this, they are cross pollination, and this is self pollination. Now in cross pollination, again there are two types. There are two types in the cross pollination. Now, one is called as geitonogamy and another one is known as xenogamy. There are two types. Very, very important board questions. Now, what is geitonogamy? Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of the different flower but born on the same plant. So transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of same plant. This is called as geitonogamy. Now here you can see this condition is a geitonogamy. This condition. So transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of the same plant. Now but here transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of different plant. Transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of different plant. For example, this condition is a xenogamy. So transfer of pollen grain from anther to stigma of different flower of different plant. Now this is called as xenogamy. Now most importantly, this geitonogamy, it takes place in monoecious plants. It takes place in monoecious plant, matlab plant which bears male and female flowers. So male female flowers present on the same plant. Here xenogamy mainly takes place in dioecious plants. Or I can say male and female flowers born on the different plant. Now, beside this, some very important things. If you see here in autogamy, for transfer of pollen grains, no pollinators are required. So here, no pollinators required. For example, in case of autogamy, this is one. Second, as there is no pollinators required, autogamy is called as ecologically, or you can use the term functionally and genetically self-pollination. So these are very, very important terms you need to remember. Self-pollination or autogamy is functionally and genetically it is self-pollination. So autogamy is functionally or ecologically and genetically self-pollination. But when you see allogamy, here you can see, first we'll see geitonogamy. This geitonogamy is ecologically or functionally self-pollination. Sorry, cross-pollination. It is functionally cross-pollination. Why cross-pollination? Because pollinating agents are required. Pollinators are required for the transfer of pollen grains. But both the flowers born on the same plant, genetically it is self-pollination. Genetically self-pollination. So geitonogamy is ecologically or functionally cross-pollination because pollinating agents are required. But both the flowers are born on the same plant, their genotype is same. That's why genetically self-pollination. But xenogamy, remember, xenogamy is functionally and genetically cross-pollination. Why? Functionally or ecologically, because pollinating agents are required. Genetically, because two flowers are involved and both the flowers are born on the different plant. I hope you understood the concept. This you need to remember very importantly. Remember, these are very, very important. Beside this, one more time. In autogamy, only one flower is involved. This is only one flower is required. But in geitonogamy and xenogamy, two flowers are involved. So, in geitonogamy and xenogamy, two flowers are involved. Autogamy, one flower is involved. Autogamy is ecologically, functionally or genetically self-pollination. Geitonogamy is ecologically or functionally cross-pollination but genetically self-pollination. But xenogamy is ecologically as well as genetically cross-pollination. Now let's understand how plants are adapted for self-pollination. So the first adaptation is cleistogamy. Cleistogamy. What is it, cleistogamy? Cleistogamy, in which the plant produces closed flowers. Plant produce closed flowers. And these closed flowers, they are called as cleistogamous flowers. Cleistogamous flowers. So, what are cleistogamous flowers? Closed flowers are called as cleistogamous flowers. Bold 1 mark question. Now, the best example for closed flower or cleistogamous flower is, one is Arochis hypogaea, most commonly called as groundnut. Now, this groundnut or Arochis hypogaea produces closed flowers And remember, the closed flowers are aerial or subaerial in position. कभी कभी वो पेड़ के बहुत ऊपरी वाले हिस्से में रहेंगे या बीच में रहेंगे, सब एरिया, ठीक है. एंड डल इन कलर. अब ये जो क्लिस्टोगैमस फ्लावर है या क्लोज्ड फ्लावर्स है या क्लिस्टोगैमी, इसका एडवांटेज क्या है? एडवांटेज ऑफ प्रोड्यूसिंग क्लोज्ड फ्लावर. नाउ क्लोज्ड फ्लावर है तो दूसरा पोलन ग्रेन आ नहीं सकता, तो इसका मतलब वो 100% सेल्फ पॉलिनेशन होगा. सो 100% पॉलिनेशन. एंड सेकेंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, अगर 100% पॉलिनेशन होगा तो 100% अश्योर्ड सीड सेट. अश्योर्ड सीड सेट, 100% सीड प्रोड्यूस होंगे. सो दिस इज क्लिस्टोगैमी. अब हम क्लिस्टोगैमी के कुछ और एग्जाम्पल देखते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, कैमेलिना, ऑक्सैलिस, वियोला. These are some other examples, ठीक है. But the problem is these plant produce two types of flowers. They produced closed flowers and they also produce open flowers. Now we all know closed flowers are called as clistogamous flowers. Am I right? Closed flowers are called as clistogamous flowers and the open flowers are called as chasmogamous flowers. And these are clistogamous flowers. Now there is a NEET level question, most of the time they asked, and PU board 3 mark question. Around 5 times this question was asked in the board examination. Write the difference between clistogamous flowers and chasmogamous flowers. So clistogamous flowers are closed flowers, first difference. Chasmogamous flowers are called as open flowers. This is first difference. Now one more difference I can write here. The closed flowers are aerial or subaerial in position. Aerial or subaerial. But open flowers are aerial in flowers. Aerial in position. Second, closed flowers are dull in color, but open flowers are bright in color. Now, you can ask me a question. Sir, why these are dull in color? Because closed flowers always undergo self-pollination, and for self-pollination, they don't require pollinators. But open flowers always undergo cross-pollination, and for cross-pollination, they need to attract pollinators, and to attract pollinators the flowers are in bright color. And closed flowers, fourth difference, always undergo self pollination, and these always undergo cross pollination. So this is the difference, and most of the time this question was asked for 3 marks. So this is first adaptation for self pollination, that is producing closed flowers. Now The second adaptation is monocliny, or also called as bisexuality. Monocliny or bisexuality. Now what do you mean by this? Monocliny is a condition where male and female reproductive part is present in the same flower. Condition where male and female reproductive part present in same flower. तो सिंपल सी बात है, एंड्रोशियम गायनेशियम दोनों एक ही फ्लावर में है. अगर एक ही फ्लावर में एंड्रोशियम और गायनेशियम है तो वह हमेशा सेल पॉलिनेशन जाएगा. तो इसका एग्जाम्पल है यू से कैथारैंथस और पेरिविंकल. This is one more example. Now the third adaptation is homogamy. Homogamy. Homo मतलब same. Gamy मतलब maturation. So here maturation of androecium and gynoecium takes place at the same time. Maturation of androecium, that is male reproductive part, and gynoecium, that is female reproductive part, takes place at the same time. So अगर दोनों एक ही टाइम पर मैच्योर्ड होंगे तो पॉलिनेशन होने के चांसेस बहुत ज्यादा हैं. So इसका एग्जाम्पल है Mirabilis zalpa. And the last adaptation is bud pollination. Some plant shows pollination before opening of the flower. फ्लावर ओपन होने से पहले ही पॉलिनेशन हो जाता है. सम प्लांट शोज पॉलिनेशन बिफोर ओपनिंग ऑफ द फ्लावर. इसका बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल है पी प्लांट, on which Mendel worked. So these are the 4 adaptations for self pollination.